Hi everyone. So I want to take a moment today to talk to you about fear. Um, and this is my knowledge, my experience, what I've learned about fear, and how I've been able to deal with it. So first, I want to say fear conquers all. What do I mean by that? So I'm going to read you the definition of fear. Okay? The definition of fear: an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. So, my question is, why do we fear life? Okay? When I say that, I mean, why do we fear change? Why do we fear taking a leap of faith, trying new things like that? When people used to tell me, let's go try something or this and that, sometimes I would tell them the truth, sometimes I would tell them a lie and then keep the truth to myself. And some of those mindsets that I used to have that were kind of negative or were negative were things I would say is like, I'm scared of failing. Or I would blame my spouse, like, why doesn't my spouse see what I am trying to build for us? Scared of losing my steady income because I made really, really good money. And, you know, when you make good money, you have high bills, right? Expenses and things like that. Another mindset I used to have was money was evil, because when we're growing up, if you didn't have a lot, you were like, money is evil because people do bad things for money and you just seen a lot of bad, right? So you would think money is bad. People do a lot of bad shit for money, but it doesn't have to be like that. Another mindset: online everything was a scam. I can say this because I've been scammed right here. $30,000 scam right here. Okay. 30,000 in debt. Okay. And these guys didn't help me do shit. They didn't help me learn the offline. I mean, they barely said anything. They'd call me once in a while. How you doing? Da, da, da. But didn't show me how to set up anything. Didn't tell me where to go. Then all kinds of other people started calling and wanting money. And here I am thinking that they go with this person, but it's a different program. Just all kinds of shit. And I ended up 30,000 in debt. So that was a fear, like getting scammed again. So, what else? Everything costs thousands of dollars. Like, everything really good costs thousands of dollars, which is not true. Okay. I don't have enough time is another thing I used to say when I was scared and I didn't want to learn nothing else. I was just like, I got a lot of shit going on. I don't need nothing else right now. Another thing, I used to seek permission outside of myself. So what do I mean by that? When I used to be very unhappy at my work before my stepmom passed away, I would come home and I would like, and just complain. And she's like, you don't have to ask me for permission to quit. And she's right. I'm a fucking grown adult. Why am I asking permission? So that's a mindset issue that goes back to when I was a child, right? How we're always asking our parents for things and we're asking for school, work, and it just doesn't stop. So we're always asking for everybody else's opinion. And sometimes it doesn't match with you, right? Sometimes you're like, no, but I want to do this. And then they tell you, no, it's not realistic, or no, this. So you fear to do anything outside of what your family's done, what they've taught you, to step outside the box, right? So my enough was fucking enough moment was when I realized 5 years, you guys, 5 years I was like a robot. I would go to work and service thousands of people. I'd work 44 plus hours. I was an assistant manager, so I had a lot of responsibility and just a lot there. Coming home, taking care of my family with my stepmom passing away at the time, and hospice care, things like that. It was a lot, and I didn't realize like how scared I was when she told me, come look at this. I'm like, no, I'll find it when I'm ready. Why didn't I look at it? Because I was scared. I didn't want to accept the fact that she wasn't going to be with us anymore. I was just tired. I never did nothing for myself. Nothing. I wouldn't go get a massage. I wouldn't do anything. I was always giving to everybody else all the time. I didn't know how to stop. That was just me. I'm a giving person. So what did I used to do? I used to just buy stuff to replace my sadness. Not even realizing, like, hey, maybe I'm sad. So why am I telling you this? So what could you create if you removed your fear from your mind? So things like, what would you be able to create? What do you want to do? Do you want to take your kids on a vacation? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to buy a car? Do you want a boat? What do you want? Okay, first of all. When I knew it was my time to leave my career of 10 years, I just knew that when my stepmom passed away, there was this feeling like the torch was passed down to me, and I had to accept responsibility for the household, taking custody of my sister, just a lot, fighting for our house, and having to go to work. I wasn't going to be able to do all that. Like, I gave this company 10 years of my life. I was like, I'm ready. I'm done to spend time with my family. It's their time now. We need to just be together after this whole situation. And I was very thankful and lucky that they agreed and were like, okay, if you ever need anything, let us know. So I always have them, available to me if I needed. And for that, I'm very grateful, and I learned a lot from them. But when I worked for them, I was working for them. I was working for their goals. I was working for them. Excuse me. So, let's see. Sorry, I got my notes here in case I get lost. So yeah, how I knew, it was just this instinct inside that consumed my soul with this overwhelming feeling like, just do what you want. Do what you gotta do, try what you gotta try, and just go for it, no matter what it is. And when you get that little gut feeling and you got that voice in your head that just keeps coming back, listen to it. It's there for a reason. Like, I used to ignore it all the time. And every time I ignored it, it always, like, slapped me in the face. Like, just automatic, right there, boom. And I'm like, whoa, okay, sorry. Another thing, fear of communication. That's one that I still struggle with. Everybody struggles with daily, all the time. But I'm going to give you an example of what I went through with my husband and our communication. I've done a lot of personal development within the last 5 years. My husband has come along a lot, of ways. But he has also been used just like I have, and has created this asshole, like, just smart-assness that I don't even know how to explain it. Okay. I mean, I love him for it. He is my backbone. Every time I was like, I couldn't say no, he was the one to say no, right? But he doesn't know when to turn it off. So that is a struggle in our communication. So I went and I told him I wanted to start this other adventure in our business. And he's like, not again, right? And I'm like, but this time, like, this is it. Like, I just know it. I feel it. And I understand where he's coming from, because we were burned. 30,000, remember? And he just didn't want that again. He didn't want us to be screwed. And I totally agree. He's the one, paying for all the bills, the financial, everything, since I don't make as much as I used to. I mean, I do put in, but I do not make as much as I used to, okay? So he does hold a lot of the financial responsibility. But I had to tell him to just imagine what he's wanted and things like that, like when he was a kid. What kind of house does he want? Where does he want to live? What kind of weather? Because if we're going to be married, right, I need to incorporate his dreams and my dreams together, not just my dreams. Okay, so when I didn't let that fear conquer me anymore and I left and I stood up and I told my husband, I'm gonna do this. I don't care if I have to work extra hard to make up the income to do it, I'm gonna do it. He realized, like, okay, she's gonna do it no matter what. So let me just support her and do whatever it is that I need to do, right? So not only doing my goals and all this stuff and setting up things like that, I mean, I would tell him. Sometimes he'd be annoyed, like, I don't want to hear it today. But I'd still tell him my goals. And then when he's seen it starting to come to life, he started tripping. He was like, what the hell, money just flows to you like so easy. And I'm like, yeah, it does. And it's always been like that. It's like, I need money. Okay, boom, there it is. There's your chance to go get it, make it, or whatever. And I always have. But this time it's different working for yourself because I work at a home, so I get checks in the mail, right? I'm just like, oh, am I going to get a check today? Sometimes it'll come, sometimes it doesn't. But digging deep down, I was able to conquer my fears. And those were just some of my fears. Those were like the two big ones. My communication and just realizing like living like a robot. You know, like people nowadays on their phone. You go into a store and I count how many people are on their phone. More than 50% are on their phone. Some people are at dinner and they're just like this, scrolling on their phone. Not even looking at each other, talking, nothing. So I put that rule like no phones, like me and you, or I'm out. I'm going to the other room, something. I don't want to sit there and everybody be scrolling on their phones all day. That's not cool. So I just wanted to share that, how fear can come in all aspects. And if you really sit down and think about it, fear controls everything. So once you're able to conquer that fear mindset, I think that you're gonna like be what? And not even know what to do. So I've learned my solutions. And if you need help, I'm here. I hope my videos will help you. I hope that you will learn from my experiences. And if you need anything, want to learn anything, you know, drop me a message and I will reply back to you. So thanks for listening, guys, until I have my next rant I want to share with you. Okay, talk to you later. Aloha.